Now, days after Donald Trump warned the Houthis of real pain, the United States launched multiple airstrikes on rebel-controlled areas in Yemen.
Amidst Donald Trump's threat to bomb Iran if it refuses to reach a deal with Washington to curb its nuclear program, the United States...
Let's begin here, though. Breaking overnight, Iran's supreme leader issuing a new warning to the United States after President Trump threatened to bomb Tehran. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
In March and April 2025, the international arena witnessed a sharp deterioration in relations between the United States and Iran, putting the Middle East on the brink of a new conflict. The administration of President Donald Trump has taken a series of steps that have not only increased tensions in the region, but also raised serious concerns among the international community. In early March, President Trump sent a personal letter to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, proposing direct negotiations on a new nuclear deal. However, Tehran's reaction was categorical. Khamenei rejected the proposal, calling it a deception and stressing that the U.S. is not seeking to solve problems, but to impose its conditions. Having failed to get the desired response, Trump increased the pressure by giving Iran a 2-month ultimatum. Either a new agreement be reached within that time frame, or the U.S. would resort to other measures. This move was perceived by the international community as a clear threat of military intervention. In parallel with diplomatic maneuvers, the Pentagon has begun a large-scale buildup of its military presence in the Middle East. F-35 fighters, B-2 bombers, Predator drones, 2 carrier strike groups, the USS Harry S. Truman and USS Carl Vinson, and Patriot missile defense batteries were deployed to the region. Officially, this was explained by the need to support operations in Yemen and contain Iran, but experts saw this as preparation for a possible military conflict. The U.S. has stepped up bombing campaigns against Houthi rebels in Yemen, whom Washington accuses of receiving support from Tehran. The strikes have only worsened the country's humanitarian crisis, with hundreds of civilians killed, infrastructure destroyed, and millions on the brink of starvation. International human rights groups have expressed deep concern over the U.S. actions, stressing that they are only increasing the suffering of the Yemeni people. In response to increased pressure from the U.S., Iran has announced its readiness to strike U.S. bases in the region in the event of aggression, and continued to enrich uranium, moving closer to the possibility of creating nuclear weapons. These actions only increased the world community's fears about a possible escalation of the conflict. The economic fallout from these tensions was immediate. Oil markets responded by raising prices, fearing supply disruptions due to the potential conflict. However, the response was smaller than expected, suggesting that markets were underestimating the potential risks. For ordinary Americans, these events did not go unnoticed either. Rising oil prices led to higher gasoline prices, which hit the wallets of ordinary citizens. Moreover, the prospect of a new military conflict is causing concern among a population tired of protracted wars in the Middle East. Thus, the Trump administration's policy towards Iran in March-April 2025 led to a sharp aggravation of the situation in the Middle East. Diplomatic initiatives, backed by military pressure, did not produce the expected results, but only increased tensions in the region. The world is on the brink of a new conflict, the outcome of which is extremely difficult to predict. The question remains, will this strategy achieve its goals, or will it have catastrophic consequences for all parties?